in this video, I'm going to teach you how to make a very simple gather skirt. And this is the fabric I'm going to use. This fabric is barely 1 yard. It's about 31 inches. And the waist measurement I'm using is 26. And then the length of the skirt is 23. You need a fabric whose width is at least two times the waist measurement. But you can make it two times. You can make the waist measurement times 2.5 or times 3. If you want it to be very full, you use times 3 of the waist measurement. But for this particular skirt, it's not going to be very full, so I'm just going to use times 2 of the waist measurement. So I'm just going to cut. I'm just going to divide this fabric into 2. Using the length of the skirt, then I'll join the sides. The length of the skirt is 23 because I'm going to use a band which is 2 inches. So I would subtract 2 inches from 23 to give me 21, and then I'll add 1 inch for folding up and ½ inch for joining to the band. So that will be 23 minus 2 inches for the band, that's 21, and 21 plus 1.5, that's 22.5. So I need a length of 22.5. I think that was okay, so this is 23. I'll use it like that. So I'll divide this material into 2 equal parts. 2 equal parts. So this will be the width of the skirt. So this will be the width. This will be the width of the skirt. I'm going to join these parts together. Then for the band, I'm going to use another fabric. I have a pieces of this fabric. I'll use it to cut the band for this dress. So let's get started. So I'm going to use this fabric to cut the band. And to get the band measurement, you add 2 inches to the waist measurement. That's for the width. The waist measurement I'm using, like I said, is 26. So I'm going to cut 26 plus 2. That's 28. I'm going to cut 28 inches for the width. And then the length will be 5 inches. So that by the time I fold it, I'll have 2.5. ½ inch will serve as sewing allowance. And then that 2 inch I removed from the length of the skirt. This is it. The band will make up for it. And then you have. So I'm going to cut the band now. This fabric, this is the inside and this is the outside. So I'll just like to chop it so that it doesn't confuse me. I need a width of 28. So this is how I'm going to do it. 28. This is it. The extra 2 inches I'm adding to the waist measurement is serving as a zip allowance. 1 inch for one side and 1 inch for the other side. So what I need now, this fabric is on fold, so I'm going to use 2.5. This is more than 2.5. So I'll fold it so I don't waste the fabric. Place it like this. Measure it. This is 2.5. I'll mark it. 2.5. So this is the band of the skirt. This is 28 inches, and then this is 2.5. It unfolds. It's actually 5 inches, but it unfolds. So this is 2.5. This is what I need for the band. So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how to gather the skirt and then attach the bands to it. So now I've joined the fabric together. It's now very long. It's longer. So the next thing I'm going to do is to gather it. So this is how to do it. You sew 2 straight lines. Make sure that you have enough thread in your bobbin, so that it doesn't stop halfway. So I'm just going to show you how to do it. Then try to use the lowest stitch so that it's not too tight when you are drawing it. The next thing you are going to do is to gather it. I'm trying to detangle the thread. So you pick one thread from down and another thread from the up stitch. That's what you are going to hold together. One from the down, from the other side. This is the thread I'm picking. One, this one, and then this one. So you pull them. This is how you gather it. Pull it. So I'll finish pulling the thread to gather it. So next thing I'm going to do is to measure it to see if it will give me 28. This is 29.5, so I'm good to go. I'll just gather it a little more. Yes. So I'll attach the band now. This band is 28 inches wide. This is the outer face. Place it like this, and then you join that ½ inch that was added to the 2 inches. This is 5 inches. I'm folding it to get 2.5. The ½ inch is for joining allowance. So I'm going to just join it like that. I don't need to gather the zip side. And gather it and attach it to the band. Skirt is almost ready. Yes, you will notice that this skirt is not very full. That's because I'm actually managing this fabric. I just did ×2 of the waist measurement. If you want your gather skirt to be really full, you multiply your waist measurement by 3. For example, if your waist is 30, you multiply it by 3, that will give you 90. That means the width of the fabric will be 90, then you gather it together. So now the next thing I'm going to do is to join this zip allowance side. And I forgot to mention, to make this part very neat, once you are done sewing, you just weave it with the weaving machine. So I'm going, that's 1 inch I reserved for the zip, I'm going to sew it. That's going to be for the zip allowance. I'll measure it now from this point, 1 inch. So I've marked the 1 inch measurement for the zip allowance. I'm going to sew it down. I'll show you a very simple way of attaching zip. From here to about 8 inches low will be where the zip will be. But I'll first of all close it with a very loose stitch. Then I'll iron it. So this is it. Make sure your stitch is very loose for the first 8 inches, because you are still going to loosen it for the zip. So let me mark it so that I will know this part. So the tight stitch will start from here. Then from this point, you increase your stitch because the zip will end here. Wow, our skirt is almost ready. Oh, you can see. The next thing I'm going to do, I'm going to show you how to attach the zip. From here, I'm going to iron this part. I'll open it up like this and iron so that I can attach a zip. It's a very simple way of attaching zip. So I'll iron this now and then show you how to attach the zip. I've ironed the zip allowance. So the next thing I'm going to do is to lose it up to that point where I marked 8 inches. Okay, so I've loosened this part. When you finish loosening it, make sure that the stitch here is very tight. I've tightened the stitch. That will be where the zip will end. So I'm using this zip. What I'm going to do is this line that I ironed, it's going to guide me in fixing the zip. I'll just place this zip like this. This space corresponds to this line. So just this way. Make sure to sew on this line. This is what it looks like. You have to, when you are fixing it, you have to also take note of any parts that is being joined. They have to align with each other. You can see like this. So our skirt is almost ready. The skirt is almost ready. The next thing I'm going to do, I'm going to take this side to this side like this and sew on top of it. Cut off any extra thread and bend it like this. Cut off any extra thread. You do the same thing for the other side. Just bend it like this. And then stitch on top. So the next thing I'm going to do, this skirt is almost ready, is to hem the down. I'm going to fold it. You can decide to weave it, but I'm going to fold this one because I gave 1 inch allowance to fold it when I was cutting it, so I'm going to use that 1 inch. I forgot to remove this part. This is how to fold. Place it like this, and then you fold it second time. I'm going to use iron to remove this thing once I finish sewing. So this skirt is complete. The next thing I'm going to do is to weave the inside of the dress so that it can be very neat, and then iron it. Use iron to remove all this paper, and then my skirt is ready. So this is it. This is what it looks like. I hope you found this tutorial useful. Kindly click on the subscribe button and also on the notification bell. Thank you.